Jain children, welcome to the chemistry class. In the previous class, we discussed about carbohydrates. In this class, we will discuss about proteins. The word protein is derived from Greek word proteos, which means primary or prime importance. These are the most abundant biomolecules which are required for the growth and maintenance of the body. All proteins are polymers of alpha amino acids. Amino acids contain an amino group and a carboxyl group. Amino acids contain an amino group and an alkyl group. Alkyl group means methyl or ethyl group, and this carboxyl group which consists of COOH group. This COH group is attached to the carbon is known as alpha carbon. In this alpha carbon, the NH2 group is attached. So, this is known as alpha amino acid. So, all proteins are the polymers of alpha amino acids. This amino acid is amphoteric in nature because it consists of an amino group which is basic in nature and acid group COOH. So, it can act as both an acid and a base. So, it is amphoteric in nature. Next, peptide bond. The linkage present in proteins are known as peptide bond. Peptide bonds are formed by the combination of amino acids. Then the elimination of water molecules takes place and these amino acids are linked through CONH bond is known as peptide bond. Next, polypeptides. When large number of amino acids combine to form polypeptides. Next, classification of amino acids. Amino acids are classified into two types. The amino acids which can be synthesized in the body are known as non-essential amino acids. On the other hand, those by which cannot be synthesized in the body and must be obtained through diet are known as essential amino acids. Example for essential amino acids are valine and leucine. Example for non-essential amino acids are glycine and alanine. Next, Switzer ions. Proteins are water-soluble, high-melting solids. Behave like salts due to the presence of both acidic and basic groups in the same molecule. In aqueous solution, the carboxylic group can lose a proton and amino group accept that proton, giving rise to a dipolar ion is known as Switzer ion. Dipolar ion is known as Switzer ion. That means it contains a COO minus end and NH3 plus end. Next, structure of protein. Structure of protein can be organized by 4 different levels: primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Now we can discuss one by one. First one is primary structure of proteins. The sequence in which the amino acids are arranged in a protein is called primary structure of proteins. That means simply the sequential order of arrangement. The second one is secondary structure of proteins. The secondary structure of proteins refers to the shape in which a long polypeptide chain can exist. They are of two types, alpha helix and beta pleated structure. In the alpha helix structure, the peptide chains coils and the turns of the coil are held together by hydrogen bonds. But in beta pleated sheet structure, the protein chains are stretched out to maximum extension and then laid side by side, which are held together by intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Tertiary structure of proteins. This structure represents the overall folding of the secondary structure. That means the arrangement of protein in three-dimensional space. It gives rise to two molecular shapes, fibrous and globular. The bonds present in these proteins are hydrogen bonds, disulfide bond, hydrophobic interactions, and ionic bonds. Next, quaternary structure of proteins. Some of the proteins are composed of two or more polypeptide chains known as subunits. The spatial arrangement of these subunits with respect to each other is known as quaternary structure. Next, classification of proteins. On the basis of molecular shape, proteins are classified into two types. First one is fibrous proteins. When the polypeptide chains run parallel and are held together by hydrogen-like bonds, then fiber-like structure is formed. These fibrous proteins are generally insoluble in water. Example, keratin and myosin. Next, globular proteins. When polypeptide chain coil around to give a spherical shape. These proteins are generally soluble in water. Example, insulin and albumin. Next, denaturation of proteins. Proteins with a unique three-dimensional structure and biological activity is called native proteins. When native protein is subjected to physical change like change in temperature or chemical change like change in pH, then the hydrogen bonds are disturbed. Due to this, coiled form become uncoiled and proteins loses its biological activity. This is called denaturation of proteins. Example for denaturation of proteins are curdling of milk, which is caused due to the formation of lactic acid by the bacteria present in milk. Another example is the coagulation of egg white on boiling. Thank you.